to go ahead and get started. If your phone is not muted, please mute your phone now up until you guys are asking questions. So we've got a kickoff tonight. We've got a closing of one group, and we've got a kickoff of the 8-week Transformation JumpStart. So cool. So I'm gonna bullet, go step by step, what we're gonna anticipate, what we're gonna expect over these next 8 weeks. And for those that are finishing the last 4 weeks transformation, here's the question. And those of you guys that are starting the 8-week program, just kind of hang on for the ride right now. So what was happening with this 4 weeks, they anticipated to have a custom menu sent to them last night. Some didn't get it. So part of this mindset coaching right now is let's identify how I responded to that. Did I immediately say, hey, no worries, I've got all of these menu templates from before, and I'm going to go with that? Or did I freak out and go into a pattern that could have been a victim mode, go into blaming, justifying, or did I lean in on my small group? So you guys identify what that is. Let's identify the barriers that were there as of what transpired, and then we're going to figure out how to overcome that. Your custom menu will come tomorrow morning for those of you guys finishing the small group. So let me go ahead and intro. I am the low energy transformation coach. My name is Esteban Lutz. I am going to be your transformation coach for the next 1 week, for those that were finishing the 4-week, and then for the next 8 weeks, for those of you guys that just came on board through the Anytime Fitness portal. Thank you guys for this. I'm not sure what you guys are going to experience or expect. So we're going to ask a few individuals to share what they have experienced in this pre-4 weeks. And then you guys, I'm going to give you homework for your last week. Lori Rosario's here, and she's like setting up all these workouts for us. Hello. We'll send out the links again tonight and tomorrow, Lori, for that, if that's okay with you. So Julia, are you on board?
Hey, Esteban, I just want to verify that you're recording this for anybody who couldn't make it.
So that's a good one. For the individuals that aren't here tonight, it's being recorded, and you'll get it in the email. All the emails are going out, mass emails. Those in the 4-week group, I was sending them personally because there wasn't that many of us. Everybody else, I'm sending it in a mass email. If you don't see it, please check your junk or spam email, and save the email that it's coming from. If you still don't see it, please contact your club manager to identify that we do have your email in the system. Julia, can you give us your little laser experience of this transformation?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name's Julia. I'm 23 years old, and I've been doing this program for maybe like a month and 2 weeks. And it's been really wild. I started this program because the scale hit 201, and that freaked me out, being over 200 pounds. And really, like, that was a huge wake-up call for me. And the biggest thing that I took away from this is loving myself, which is something like I didn't expect to get out of this. I'm someone who, like, I've done the fad diets, I've done keto, you know, I've done the revenge, breaking up with your ex body type of thing, and it was never long term. And so I came to Esteban. I've known Esteban for a long time. I said, all right, Esteban, like, I'm ready to do whatever it takes. And the biggest thing that I was taken away by was the mindset coaching. Like, yes, the workouts were freaking awesome. Yes, the food plan was awesome, but the mindset coaching is something that I haven't experienced before while having a trainer. And that really like has held me over consistent. I've lost over 25 inches now, and I've
Hold on, I didn't hear that. So you've been doing this for what, a year and a half, and you lost 25 inches? That's crazy.
no, I've been doing this for a month and a half,
What?
and I lost 25 inches.
Go, Julia!
Whoop, whoop. I literally went from walking maybe 200 steps to 500 steps a day because I've worked from home this entire time, to literally now I'm hitting like 7,000, 9,000 steps a day on top of my workout. I've lost 12 pounds and like pretty proud of myself because now I'm like seeing back muscles and like bulking up, feeling sexy again, something I also did not expect to feel. And so really like for me, it's been awesome to finally find something that is sustainable, and I'm actually learning about what I'm eating instead of like just following like another fad diet or following like another thing that I just do for like 3 months, and then it's over. So again, I just like wanted to share, for me, the biggest thing has been like the combination of the meal plan, the actual working out, and the mindset coaching, instead of like having to go to 3 different places for like my overall wellness. And that's all I have to say.
Awesome. Thank you, Julia. I'm going to go through a few more testimonies because I want you guys to see what it looks like on the other side of the road. Because there are going to be some days that you're going to fall on your face. I fall on my face. So I want us to be aware, okay, it's okay to get back up after I fall on my face. It's okay to continue loving myself, and loving the process, and leaning forward. So that's part of what we get to do here. Courtney, I'm going to ask you to unmute, and if you could share a little bit of your experience as well, please. And then when you're complete, just tell us that you're complete.
Okay. I want to clarify that I'm driving, but I'm pulling over to talk to you. So.
Thank you.
Okay, so you keep saying laser, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to make this laser. I feel like I have a lot of thoughts about this. Esteban's always asking me my takeaway on a lot of things, so it's hard for me to pick one takeaway to share with you guys. But I had my first child about 8 years ago, and I feel like in that time I have tried literally everything, and I was successful with a lot of things, a lot of different diets, a lot of different programs, but my results never stuck. And that is what was so hard for me, is that I would define my self-worth in the way that I looked, when I got ready in the morning, when I looked at myself in the mirror, if I was trying to play with my kids, and I just felt gassed, I just put my whole self-worth into that. So this year in January, I started the year off at 222 pounds. And I was just miserable. So I didn't like myself at all. Like Julia said, I feel like that's a very big thing that came out of this, is just learning to love myself, and not just when I hit my goal, but throughout the entire journey. So I started to lose weight in January, started to work out, but I was mainly focused on my fitness. So I was going to the gym every morning before my kids woke up, before my husband had to leave for work. no excuses, getting up at 5 a.m., working out so hard that I could barely move the rest of the day. But I was like, this is what I have to do if I'm going to lose weight, if I'm going to feel better about myself. And I learned that you get to a point where that's not realistic, and that's you're going to burn yourself out. And I think I was right around that point, mid-March, when I started to do this program. So my husband and I did it together, and I had already lost 30 pounds. So I was feeling motivated, but I just wasn't seeing the changes in my body that I wanted to see. So we started this program together. And of course, in true Matt Klein fashion, for anyone who knows him, just his weight started dropping super fast. He would wake up and weigh in and be like, hey, I'm down 7 pounds in 2 days. Like, he was just shedding weight really fast. And the scale wasn't moving much for me. At that point, I was 187, 189, between there. And every Sunday we did our measurements. And when we started to measure in on Sunday, I was losing inches like so fast. So we had taken before pictures, and then we took after pictures, obviously. And the way that my body composition changed was crazy. So I want to say I lost 15 pounds in the 8 weeks. I cannot remember how many inches I've lost. I know you want tangibles, Esteban, but maybe Matt can help me out with that too. But I just want to, my main thing from this whole thing is that I look back on all the times that I tried to lose weight, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate with me on this. I'm constantly like, well, what did I do that didn't work? Or why didn't that work? Or why didn't that stick? Through this program, I learned that there are 3 pillars, and nothing is going to last long term if you do not have these 3 pillars as your foundation, and that is fitness, nutrition, and mindset all together. They're not going to work alone. You have to work with them together. So this whole program taught me how to use those together, and it's a game changer. Like, it's the reason for all of my results, and it's the reason that I have so much energy every day. So the last thing I want to say is that I'm just really excited for all of you who are on here. I know that I talked to a few of you before this call, and I just want to leave you with the fact that getting on a Zoom call was out of your comfort zone. So I applaud you for taking a step towards change. That's awesome. So that's all I got.
Thank you, Courtney. I'm going to jump a little bit on what she was saying. So she was saying we've got to do the nutrition, the fitness, and mindset. Visualize braiding, whether you're braiding a hair, rope, and they're intertwined within each other. Not one without the other 2 will sustain. We could see short-term difference. I'm not even going to call it results. We could see short-term difference, but without all 3 leaning on each other, it's not going to last. We need the solid nutrition portion, whatever that looks like, and it's going to look different as we go along. We need the movement portion. We term that fitness. And the glue that bonds it together without a doubt is the mindset. And I will continue with the mindset. What I have seen time and feel me leaning in because I'm talking to you. Yes, if you're talking to me, yes, I'm talking to you. Where I have seen success is when you participate. What does that look like? That means hopping on the Zoom. Even if you're cleaning out the earwax and you're on the Zoom, the level of commitment and integrity that comes from you being here, the results that you yield are astronomical. Participate in the private Facebook page. You'll have a link for that. You got a link last night. You got a link this morning at 6 a.m. Participate in the emails. There's going to be questions that I'll send that'll request for you to pause. So it's just a simple invitation. Let's pause and let's identify what's been working, what hasn't been working, what are the barriers that I'm identifying. If you haven't identified it, we haven't identified it. So over time, ideally, we'll be able to identify it and break through that. As you genuinely participate in that, you'll be able to reprogram that blueprint that we've got inside us that has created who we are. And you're beautiful as you are. Now we get to step into the best version of yourself to impact those lives around you as well. So fundamentals, 3 things that are fundamental that all clinical studies on transformations, whether it's paleo, keto, Weight Watchers, all of them have 3 things that are yield success. Number 1 is we use meal replacements, because I don't know how much meat to eat, or I don't know how much vegan food to eat. Meal replacements kick in. 2, I get to journal my food. Whether we're going old school, pen and paper, or welcome to the age of 2020, it's been such a beautiful year, we get to journal our food. Everybody on here should have the .fit portal if you haven't, and I know there's, hi Lori. A couple of you, we get to create that tomorrow. You're able to track your progress in your food on that journal. The last of the 3 steps, behavior patterns that work in all transformations, successful, that's 1 to 3 years, is tracking your progress. If weight loss is it, then you get to track your weight on a daily basis. If we're going on a journey, I get to look at my GPS on a regular basis, because when I go off track, it's going to tell me rerouting. So it's not good. That's the other invitation. There's no good or bad moving forward. It's either going to be supportive or non-supportive. That's it. We're either closer to our goal or we're not closer to our goal. So the self beat up doesn't exist. I'm telling it, shoot, get out of here. I'm going to pause there. Amy. So if you could unmute and give us a quick testimony. And Amy's fantastic because she's done a couple of these transformations. So tell us about this last one. What's worked? What have you identified? And the first time that you had gone through 28 days, because what you experienced that first month is like, are you kidding me? Then Deb, if you're okay with it, I want to come to you right after Amy. Thank you, Deb.
Okay, so this time I think my big takeaway has been with the fasting and essentially food. No, I don't want to say sacrifice, but I mean food changes, different decisions. I've been giving them up to other people as far as like, I'm going to do this to, I don't know, help like world change. Like it's not just me, it's bigger than me, which helped me at first. But then I slowly started turning into it like, but I'm worth sacrificing for too. So it's okay that I do it for me. It doesn't always have to be for somebody else. So I kind of like made that like switch this time. I think doing it for other people helped me at first to get going, and then eventually it was just for me, which was really good for me because I have little kids and I don't really do too much for myself. So it's a good thing to be able to focus on yourself. I'm down a little over 13 inches and about 10 pounds this time.
And so we know where you're at. You just completed 21 days of this.
Yes.
So you're down how many inches in 21 days?
13 and a half.
That's crazy.
So yeah, so I've been really excited with those results. I've discovered, kind of cleansed my body of some, found I'm gluten intolerant. So this has totally cleansed that out of my system. I used to have like a lot of stomach aches, stomach cramping, just like at the end of the night, having like zero energy. The kids want to play and I'm like, mommy doesn't feel good. And just started noticing a pattern. I'm like, mommy doesn't feel good like most nights. And like that's not fun. That's not who I am. And like, mommy feels great now at the end of the night, and we're taking family walks or being able to be a lot more active. I just feel better. I have more energy. My body feels healthier. I mean, salads taste great in the summer. You know, it's kind of that summer food. Anyway, you know, fruit and watermelons, and grazing on that has been awesome. And you know, my family's eating healthier, and my husband's, of course, men. Sorry, guys, but it's not fair. I feel like, you know, like I'm cooking healthier for me, therefore I cook healthier for him without trying. He's dropped quite a bit of weight as well, which is fantastic, but a little annoying. But also, like, I feel like the whole family is getting healthier. You know, there's far less chicken nuggets going in the oven because I'm just making chicken. So it's been better for my whole family, not just me, which has been great this time. Last time I went through this process, it was about a year, I think, after the birth of my second child, and I dropped 30 pounds in the 28 days. So, which was huge for me. I'd never lost that much weight ever yet.
Anybody. Just want to put it out there. But that's
And
a crazy accomplishment.
So that was pretty crazy. I'm sure obviously some extra baby weight there, but that was pretty great. So it's been hugely successful. And I think the coolest thing about these programs is the instant gratification in a way. Like, we're also used to just getting answers on Google, and like, you start this program and then within a couple of days you're down, like, you know, a few pounds. By the end of your first week you may be down 5. I was down like 8, I think 8 pounds this time, 7 pounds, something like that, after just the first week. So I mean, that's super encouraging. And then every day you're, half a pound, you know, it just builds on itself, and it makes you so excited that you're seeing success. You don't have to wait 3 weeks to start seeing some change. It's essentially instant, which for me, not having to wait around for that change it's super motivating for me personally. Complete? Unless there's something I didn't answer.
No, it's amazing. I'm blown away every time that you share the testimony. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Amy. And then lastly, we'll have Deb. Deb, you get to share a little bit of Shane's experience also. I'm looking at my notes. I didn't have a boy give a testimony, so you get to give a testimony of your husband.
Okay.
Great, because yes, you both experienced phenomenal weight and inches changed. Go ahead and share that. But you know that non-scale thing that you experienced that to me is mind-boggling. Yes, there's a pun on that one.
Right. So first, to give you a little history, I'm 47, going to be 48 in July. So for any women out there who are of that age, know that your hormones start causing some problems and whatever. So I got with Esteban in December because every night I hurt and I needed to take Advil before I went to bed. And I was having about 15 to 20 migraine days a month. And I really just wasn't feeling well. So I started with Esteban in December. We started working out. He said, "Hey, I got this program for you." I said, "No, I'm not starting until the beginning of the year," because, you know, we had so many other reasons why I didn't want to start it right away. But I did 28 days in January, and I lost 12.4 pounds, but I lost 16 inches. But let me tell you what I gained. I went from 15 to 20 migraine days down to 4 migraine days a month. So I basically got my life back as far as migraines. What I also learned was I also lost all the pain every night. I was no longer, even as early as probably day 4, because then we did a 3-day detox. Even early as day 4, I wasn't having to take Advil anymore for pain in my body. So that was huge. And I was sleeping better. So after I did my 28 days, we'll fast forward about 4 months. I still followed the principles of eating. I tried to stay a lot of fresh food, no pastas, no breads. I found out that soy caused migraines when I used soy sauce. So I've cut out now. I have to learn other things that may cause migraines. So when I said I was going to do this 28 days, I was like, oh, we'll see. I'm not going to lose, I don't think I'll lose it as fast this time, right? Because I've been eating healthy. Well, the interesting thing is that within 21 days, I've lost 10 more pounds and I'm down 12.75 inches. So I think that my body is like, I was eating healthy, still eating healthy. I wasn't losing, I wasn't gaining, I was kind of maintaining. But then now that I had cut it back down and was eating true, just healthy food and all of that, my body was just like, okay, we'll just let this excess weight go. And I haven't felt better. And like, did I tell you I'm 47, getting ready to be 48? And that's nothing to sneeze at. If any of you women on here know what that feels like. So I'm done.
Awesome.
Oh, and let me talk about Shane real quick.
Okay. So what did your awesome husband that was non-compliant experience?
Well, he's right here. Can he come and tell you real quick? Come tell him how much you lost the first time. Hurry up. Hurry up. He just walked in the room.
Absolutely. Yes. Come on in, Shane.
Hello. I thought I got out of this.
No, let's try that. Reeled you in.
Yeah, like Deb said, I did the 28-day program with them, and I'll be honest, it wasn't without kicking and screaming, but it really paid off. I have arthritis in my hips, and I lost, in the 28-day program, I lost just under 30 pounds, and I don't remember exactly how many inches. But the pain in my hips disappeared. I was living on Advil and Aleve. I don't even remember the last time I've taken them. So it really helped me out a lot.
And then what about this time?
This time around, it's another 10 pounds I've lost. So I'm about 42 pounds to date since January
6th, yeah.
And I think around 35-ish inches I've lost throughout my body.
I like how you're so subtle about that. It's like, I just lost 35 inches.
No biggie.
Not anymore.
Yeah, but it worked. I mean, just not having pain in my hips and not having Aleve and Advil on a regular basis. Those are two big pluses in my book.
Also having an open mind to the plan that Esteban puts together, because when we first saw it, I was like, I don't like raw. I've never had raw spinach. I don't think I'm going to like that. I'm from the South. Or all the salads, and we eat it all the time. We love it. And I was like, wow, I didn't think I liked this, but it tastes better now. Because other things are way too salty or processed or whatever.
Shane, I believe that you're going to be straightforward with me. What's your thought about the salads?
The cabbage salad I did not like.
Just the salads.
Everything else I did. Huh? But all the other salads I love.
I
like when Shane says his opinion on that. Like, I love salads.
I don't know what happened. The first time I tried the cabbage salad, I liked it. By the end, I did not. I'm not gonna lie, I did not.
But we're gonna have occasions that we get to work.
But all the other salads, I love them. I didn't think that stuff could be good, but it's good.
And the funny thing is the majority of our shopping was not in the produce. Like 1% of our shopping was in the produce section of the store. Now 90% of our shopping is in the produce section. So we're eating so much healthier now.
Yeah.
So tell me
it's
that
all fresh.
when you consume life, your life increases? Is that the way it works? What? Crazy talk. Go.
It is.
Thank you for sharing. appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
So going through the steps. Anybody unmuted? Somebody's popping up right now. We'll get to mute it. We can hear your conversations. It's beautiful. Part of the Zoom call is entertainment of seeing stuff in the back or when mute accidentally gets undone. That's the best part. So I'm going to go top to bottom here. I'm reading my notes to ensure that we're covering everything we get to cover here. Beginning next Monday, you'll have a custom gut-centric meal plan if you choose to do so. So we've got the .fit nutrition portal created. There's 8 templates to follow, and I'm going to create a video for you to watch, and I'll show how do we activate our plan. How do we do food modifications? How do we track our foods? How do we do the tasks that allow us to step into the transformation that we're visualizing and committing into currently? If you choose it, I've only done a few hundred hours into this custom meal plan, so it's completely up to you whether you want to do it or not do it. Anybody that's on here that's done the custom meal plan, they can give you their opinion on it's not worth it, or if you want to see the kind of inches I lost, go ahead and give it a try. So that's going to be completely up to you. Guess what? I physically can't bend your arm. So you get to decide whether you're all in or whether you're going to hop on a Zoom just to watch a couple of people's heads bounce back and forth, which is entertaining also. So we will create a video for you to watch. All these Zoom calls will be recorded. Somebody's unmuted. There. I'm telling you, it's entertaining. All these calls will be recorded, and then in the emails, the mass emails, there will be a link. So I'll hide it on a YouTube link.
I can't see.
See, I told you. Keep it like 2 minutes. It happens every time. Love you for it, though. I do. Over this next week, and we're tracking foods. Journal what's coming up for you. You get to identify what's my pattern that was going on last week. I'm muting you, Michelle. I love you. What's my barrier that's popping up, and how can I overcome that? Post on Facebook, post on Facebook, post on Facebook. That's a place where we can celebrate. So typically if I were to go to celebrate, and I'll share those experiences that we've got in here. Hold on, I forgot. Hey, Michelle, unmute. I forgot. What was your change the first 7 to 10 days? She's vegan too, like crazy people with these vegans.
My change?
Yeah,
I'm down 15 pounds and 18 inches.
thick. Crazy talk.
I know.
All right, I'm going to mute you again. Thank you, Michelle.
Okay.
So I'm Michelle, and I go on Facebook, and I'm like, oh my God, guys, I lost another pound. And then you have these awesome haters. Sowing seed and hate, what you gonna get? So in the Facebook page, it's a safe place that you can celebrate. And you'll actually have people that are gonna celebrate your win with you. There's certain individuals that I don't feel confident with in sharing some of the things that I want to celebrate, which really sucks. So in this Facebook page, we can do that. And I had a donut the other day because it was National Donut Day. And I was crying, and it really sucked. And I put on 3 pounds of inflammation. I don't know if anybody in here can like say that they experienced something similar. This is a safe place for me to do that, and not have somebody say, "Suck it up, dude." So it's a safe space for celebrating your wins, acknowledging when we fall on our face, and we get to share some food ideas, because there's going to be some times where you're like, I want to follow what Esteban designed, and other times I want to follow what is in the .fit portal, and other times you're like, dude, seriously? Like, is there another option? So collectively, we're going to share and show each other what meals we're creating that are following those guidelines to where we can see it and feel the increased energy. Participate. I think I've said that enough times. I'll say it 7 more times. So the nutrition is going to be on the .fit portal. That's where you get to do tracking. I think tracking is one of the 3 behaviors that's been clinically studied to be successful. We can get supplements. I don't know if supplements make a difference. In case you're wondering, I've done this for 28 years, and I'm going to tell you my professional opinion. I think it makes a difference. What am I going to recommend? Here's what I'm going to recommend, and I don't know if it works. I only track everything on Excel. If you're wondering if I'm sarcastic and a smart aleck, all the time. Yes, all the time. So I'm going to recommend, write this down, only if you want to be successful. Only if you want to be successful. Lean, Julia, I'm going to call on you, so just get ready. Lean meal replacement, multivitamin. So multivitamin after breakfast, multivitamin after dinner. Yes, two vitamins a day. There's no such thing as one a day. It's only marketed that way, so we buy it. But our body needs, especially when we're going into a transformation, multivitamin after breakfast, multivitamin after dinner. Lean meal replacement, only because it tastes amazing. It's got the proper protein and fiber mix for me to feel full. And when I'm craving something sweet at night, this is a perfect meal replacement to keep me from eating the pint of ice cream. In my case, it's an entire bag of chips. I don't do a serving of chips. That's a bunch of junk. For me, if I open up the bag, I'm going to kill every single chip in there and I'm going to eat them all. Just saying. Thank you, Janet, for being in my party. She's right there rowing the boat with me. You guys, I'm going to eat it. And the last one, it's a weight loss liver support, which it's a detox. The more efficient our liver is, the higher level of fat oxidation that our body can naturally do. Julia, you started doing a program using different supplements and no supplements, and then you actually followed what the coach recommended. Did you experience anything at all with that? Again, I track it all in Excel.
Yeah. So I'm someone that, I'm a little bit skeptical. So when Esteban was like, buy these supplements, I was like, nah, I got my own stuff at home. It's fine. They're just only a little bit expired, but I've got my stuff. And I still lost weight, but it was after I lost 5 pounds, I stalled for so long and I started getting really frustrated. I'm like, why the heck is my body not changing? Why are these people having these results? I haven't strayed away from the plan. And it was the fact that I wasn't doing the supplements. So I talked to Esteban and I'm like, I'm super frustrated. How come I'm not getting these results? And he's like, do you have the supplements? Nope. So sure enough, I bought them and immediately the weight started dropping, the inches started dropping. I'm someone who I have in the past taken fat burners that haven't been safe. And so I've always been super skeptical of that. But the supplements that Esteban recommended are super safe, and they're actually to boost your gut health. Yes, weight loss is a plus, but overall I sleep better because I take the active multivitamin. Overall I'm able to digest my food better because I'm taking a probiotic. I'm taking enzymes that help me break down my food. So definitely get the supplements. If you're stubborn like me, you're going to buy them anyway because I'm sure you'll get frustrated anyway. But seriously, the supplements are a major boost. And that meal replacement is dessert. You'll love it. And, you'll lose some weight and you'll see it on the scale in the morning. So absolutely recommend the supplements. They're a total game changer.
Cool. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, I love calling on her because I'm going to politely say this. She was a stubborn ass. That's it. And I'm like, okay, you hired me to be your transformation coach and you're not willing to do what the freak you hired me for. So she's no longer a stubborn ass. Now she's a testimony. Hallelujah. Thank you. If anybody out there saying amen, say amen. Thank you, Julia. All right. So just remember and know and understand, when I guide you, I'm guiding you to get to whatever your destination station is as quickly, as effective, as safely as possible. This is something that I would recommend for my mama. She's almost 80 years old. Stop doing the math. Maybe she had a baby when she was older, okay? Okay? Thank you. Some of you guys are trying to do the math, whatever. All right, so the nutrition is in the .fit portal. Workouts, I'm going to place a PDF workout in there. So when we activate the program, there's a caloric intake and an expenditure. If you've got a tracker, we can link the tracker. So whether it's MyZone, whether it's Fitbit, Apple will be soon. There's multiple ones in there. I'm not going to get quizzed on what they all are right now. But you can sync your tracker to identify, am I expending more and moving more than what I'm consuming? It's phenomenal. Very supportive. With the workouts, I'm going to have videos that will be posted on a link also, whether it's a link to YouTube or a different type of app. If you have a trainer, do what your personal trainer does. That's what they went to school for. That's what they get their continuing education for. Trainer's going to be superior to anything that I'm going to recommend. So if you're like Esteban saying this, do what your trainer's guiding you to do. The PDF workouts, fitness on demand. So any of you that are on the Anytime Fitness Clubs, they have this really cool, huge TV screen, and you can pick and choose over 1,000 workouts. So I've got a video. Courtney did it. Thank you, Courtney. On how to activate the fitness on demand. And you get to pick and choose what you feel like. I feel like yoga today. Cool. I feel like Taibo. My dad told me who Taibo was. I didn't really live through that. Billy blanks. I know, right? Taibo. And the mindset, the efficient way of resetting your mind is actually going all in. It's not a book that I get to read and saying, well, no, it's doing the exercises and going back on what's worked for me, what didn't work for me, what did I learn, what did I pick up, how do I break through whatever's been stopping me or creating certain rituals and habits. And I'm going to coach on that. There's certain things that willpower will come in. Others we're creating habits and rituals. And then other times, our body's just sick, so there's biohacking. When I'm feeling ill, I'm going to make survival decisions. When you guys open up some PDF, I've got it written in there. What happens to our body when we go into stress, whether it's emotional or physical stress. It's really interesting once we read it and we recognize it's like, holy cow, I'm in a fight or flight state right now. And this is why I'm craving these specific foods. Cover that. It's okay. We're going to get you guys in small groups. Some of you guys are in the small groups now. That is one thing for my 4th week group. We get to lean in on each other a lot more. Google has all my answers on what to eat and how to move. Having an accountability partner is huge. That's priceless. That's where it's all at. We're going to get you to have an accountability buddy and an accountability group. Some of you guys are like, I already have my group. Awesome, cool, fantastic. And those of you that don't, I'm going to guide you into some other people. You're going to love them anyway. You're not going to be smelling each other. You're in Zoom. So whether they sweated nasty from working out or not, you're still going to love them. And you get to hold each other accountable literally every day. Participate in Facebook. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Participate in Facebook. Oh, take your pictures. It's super cool to look back a week from now, 4 weeks from now, 8 weeks from now and be like, oh, really? I have cheekbones. This is so cool. When you do side profiles, Julia, was it you talking about your back muscles there? She's like, I have back muscles.
Yeah, it was.
No, it's awesome. it's cool to really see the transformation that you're physically going. And I'm going to invite you to identify other areas of your life that's not tangible. The tangible is awesome. And what else are you able to create during this time? Weigh yourself every morning. Create a ritual with that. You'll wake up, go potty. Those of you guys that don't have kids and you don't know what potty means, pee and poop. Then weigh yourself. Wear the same thing, whether it's just skivvies or no skivvies because you're at home. Make it consistent. Because when I weigh myself in the morning and at night, it's different based on how much I've drank or eaten. The morning is consistent. If the scale goes up, it's feedback. And feedback is what, for anybody that knows? All at once. Come on, play with me here. Come on, let's.
Neutral. Neutral.
Feedback is neutral. So all it is, it's giving us information that something is causing my body to respond this way. That's it. It's not good. It's not, oh, I did bad. I ate 4 slices of the pizza. Really 7, but I don't want to say 7. So it's feedback that your body has an adverse reaction to 7 slices of pizza. When I drink 8 shots of rum, my body has an effect. Versus if I drink 1 shot of rum, it's just feedback. That's all it is. Look out for the emails. I'm going to close it. So group 4 or week 4 people, you'll have your custom menu tomorrow. 2 days from now on Wednesday, the 8-week challenge group will get an email to access the custom meal plan. It's a gut-centric meal plan. So it's designed to heal your gut and reduce total body inflammation. It works only every time. I don't know where the mic is, but I've only noticed it to work every time. I don't know anybody on here that's been like, oh, it only works every time. It's completely up to you to take it. That link, you'll get it Wednesday. Activate it right away. 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 So you have access to that menu. You'll know and identify what do I get to buy at the grocery store and how do I create the environment I have at home. We've got roughly 5 minutes. I see a couple of head bops. I want to leave a few minutes for some questions. If you ask a question, I see thank you for sticking your tongue out. Thanks, Michelle. See it. I see you back there. I love it when the kids are in here. It's so cool. You see them, Alex? What'd you say?
I have a question.
Okay. I was going to say, if you have a question, tell me your name so I know where to look. Say it and then remute. And those of you guys that are in the program now, if there's like something that you wish you would have told yourself 3 weeks ago, go ahead and unmute and tell yourself that now, please. All right, Alex. Alexandria.
Hi, Alexandria. Many of you might not know me yet. I just
was
curious.
Hide your picture.
I'm sorry, Daryl's calling me. I'm sorry. Daryl, stop it.
Her husband is hot.
How often do you release the menu? Just because I get to cook for my whole family and meal plan too, so I was curious.
He can call me. Tell him to suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah.
So this first week, you're going to be following the structure on .fit. So that's how do I track my foods? What's my caloric goal? What's my macronutrient goal? So similar to what you had done with Whole30, you're actually doing amazing. You pre-started this without even starting it, and you're down like 1 pound. What are you down already?
I'm down 3 pounds.
What?
3 pounds and 6 inches.
That's crazy. Since when?
Tuesday of last week.
Tuesday of last week. Earmuffs. This shit works. Only if you work it. Only if you work it. So Julia, when you get the custom meal plan, if that's what you're talking about, it's 2 weeks at a time. You'll get 2 weeks at a time. So what we'll do is you'll get 2 weeks at a time. You get to try it for a week. You'll get 2 weeks. You get to try it for a week. So this way you learn how to do the building blocks. And that's where I'll come in and I'll answer questions that people have. Okay, who's next?
It's Olivia Asbury.
Hey, Olivia.
So, hi. So until we have the link for the menus on Wednesday, what do you recommend like for tomorrow and like until that's kind of set up like for us to start
Are
doing?
you on .fit right now?
Huh?
Is your .fit account created?
Yes, it is.
Have you activated the, what's your goal, if you don't mind me asking?
So lose weight with improving my athletic performance.
Got it. Have you activated that program yet?
No, because I don't know how to.
Okay. So anything I answer you, you may not know how to do until I get the
Okay.
video on there. So in the video, I'll show you how to activate that program, and there will be
Okay.
template menus for you to follow.
Okay.
So I will post on an email things to avoid, things that has been proven over and over and over that cause inflammation. So if you stay away from that, then the next thing will be, well, okay, this is a no, so what's a yes? So I'll work on that. Good question, Olivia. ¿Quién más? Who's next?
Esteban, one question.
That's your boy, Janet. Hey, Courtney, if you know what he's saying, please repeat it because
was just kind of like, do I order?
that's Mr. Matthew. We heard nothing but a robot. It was beautiful.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can. Yes.
Yeah. So back when I started the 28th day in March, I mean, one of the big questions I had was just if I did want to order supplements, like which ones do I order? Are you going to include that in the email that you send out?
So I'll verbally say it tonight, and it'll be in the email for tomorrow morning. I'm going to give two recommendations. One is 3 supplements, multivitamins always, and that's not me. That was Journal of American Medical Association, JAMA, in 2002. It said all humans get to supplement with a multivitamin daily. This one's an active multivitamin, meaning it's designed for those of us that are going to be moving. So 1, Mr. Matthew, is a multivitamin. 2 is a meal replacement. Why? Because all clinical studies show that to be successful, I have to use a meal replacement. Cool. 3rd one is a weight loss liver detox. Why? Because clinical studies show that the cleaner and more efficient my liver is, the higher percentage of fat oxidation my body naturally does. So multivitamin, lean meal replacement, liver detox. Then I'm going to have a separate group if you want to be like Julia and say, well, what about probiotics and enzyme and omega-3s and vitamin D3? Those are all, you'll notice I'm not talking about fat burners either. It literally is starting with the gut health. When your gut is healed, the rest of the body follows. So excellent question, Mr. Matthew. Thank you.
Can I follow that up real quick? Because I think a lot of the Anytime Fitness members probably didn't get their program set up. I'm assuming that you're going to, in the email, send like links to those products you just talked about and then how to set their program up.
Yeah, absolutely. So not only the links, but I'm going to put a video in there as well on how to click on the store and find that. Very detailed. I like it. I like this guy. Cool. Thank you, man.
Esteban, I have a quick question just with respect to the multivitamins.
Speaking to?
Rosalva?
Yeah, I am.
Hey. Am I supposed to take the multivitamins after? I think I've been taking them before or with.
Did you feel sick to your stomach?
Nope.
Then you're okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I like your hair, by the way, Rosalva. It's very pretty. Who's next? Oh, and I have my little friend here from Arizona. You did make it. I didn't think that you were going to make it here at this time. Give me a 30-second little laser when you and your husband went through the program. I don't think you guys physically changed any at all, did you? Where'd Miss D go? Oh, she like took her camera off. See, we gotta know how to use Zoom if we're gonna testimony. All right, Lisa, when you come back on, I want to hear about you and your husband. This is cool that we have people from all over the states here. And Canada. So I'm gonna do a hard stop at 9 o'clock. So we've got 4 or 5 more minutes for additional questions. And Julia, you gotta say it because I'm not opening up the chat line. There's 28 chats. If anybody has a question, please ask it. When we're done, I'm going to keep recording and I'll answer any questions that I didn't answer, but I won't keep people on here. What advice would you give yourself?
Really, Esteban, this is Rosalba. If it would help all your new participants, I didn't realize how much inflammation I had. There was just a lot of inflammation, and it was evident after I did the 1 week measurements. So, and then, weekly measurements, daily weigh-ins, tracking everything. I've been really busy. It's not an excuse, but I've been having a hard time logging it in electronically. It's not an excuse, I own it, but I have been tracking by pen and paper. But it helps me understand why I will gain a pound day over day, and then why I could quickly lose it. So definitely track. Thank you.
Thank you.
Esteban, it's Julia. You have a question from, I think it's Kirsten or Kirsten. In Minnesota, we say Kirsten.
Yes.
Asking, what about willpower over the weekends?
So good. So good. Too early for that one, Kirsten. So I will address that. I'm just not going to address it with 2 minutes left or 3 minutes left. Kirsten has had phenomenal success. So I love hearing her coaching and questions. Julia, what advice were you going to give yourself?
Oh, so the advice that I would have given myself is to not be afraid to ask for help. Literally ask for help, ask for support. Also a big one for me was asking for acknowledgement and words of affirmation, which I didn't think would be a big deal for me, but what helped me feel really motivated was when people were also celebrating with me. And again, like on the Facebook page, everyone is super supportive, like super non-judgmental. Everyone's just like super wholesome on there. So yeah, I would have told myself to just jump right in and trust the process from the beginning.
TTP, I love it. Thank you.
Esteban, it's Olivia again. So I don't know, and it might be in the meal plan, so you can tell me to just shut up and wait if you need to. But will there be like protein or I know like there was it wasn't like not like a BCAA, but like a pre-workout or some type of thing that you can take. Like, will those be included in the meal plans, or are those like things that we kind of will just fit into the meal plan ourselves?
So I don't recommend BCAA straight up on a meal plan. If you're working out to the point where your body's going to be supported by it, absolutely 100% yes. And those one-offs, you guys email me and ask me those questions, or put it on the Facebook page. Like if you're already doing BCAAs, absolutely. That's something I do almost every day. So there's tons of benefit to it, but I'm not going to ask or guide somebody to do it right off the bat unless you're working out to that level or your body's already accustomed to doing it. Good question, Olivia. Are you currently on BCAAs?
No, I haven't been for a while. It's actually been a while since I've worked out. My kids don't allow me to do that. So I'm getting back into the hang of it. So this is going to be a good start for me.
You notice
but the meal plan does.
I'm gonna highly recommend it. What's that, Matt? Matt just got some good BCAAs himself.
Yeah, and the meal plan does include meal replacement, Olivia. So like when to when to substitute a meal replacement or what time slot to do that in. At least the meal program that I did does show you that.
Okay. Because I know when I did my thing, like it gave me like the 3 recommended like supplements to get. So I just didn't know like if those like would just be, if those would be included or if I should just get those for myself. So, but yeah.
Get my information, Olivia, and let's talk offline for that one.
Okay.
Anything above those 3 products could be individualized.
Okay.
Good question. 1 minute. Oh, here we are. Rosalva's ready to party. Really? There's always like a last 20-second question.
Hi, this is Cassidy.
Hi, Cassidy.
I went through and started my program, or trying to like put my information in, everything like that. It gave me something where they want me to get a waiver, probably because I have asthma and stuff. But I am an Anytime Fitness employee, so I'm kind of like helping with all this, I guess. Where would I send my waiver to is my main question.
Send it to your regional or your district.
Okay.
And we just need to keep it on file. So that's any of us that once we go to activate the program, if it prompts a waiver, remember that this is to be compliant with the Board of Dietetics. So we signed a waiver, we submit it, and then your account gets reactivated and you can continue. Good question.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. We'll do one more and then we'll wrap it up. I know there's like 2 of you guys thinking, it's like, should I, shouldn't I? Yes, you should. Somebody's going to learn because you're asking the question.
Hey, I have a question. How often are we doing the Zoom meetings?
We're going to do it. That's a good question. Monday nights, 8 p.m.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you.
Monday nights, 8 p.m. We're going to keep the same channel until it changes. It is until, right? Isn't that the way it works? Monday nights, 8 p.m. I'll record it. Ideally, be on, be live. The energy is infectious. The more faces that hop on here, it increases our willpower. So those of you guys that actually study psychology, you can explain that one to me. I don't understand how or why that works. I just know that it does work. Cool. Thank you guys for being on. I appreciate it. Look for the emails. Emails will be about every other day. If you haven't requested to join the Facebook page, do it. The mindset portion is the secret sauce. It's more secret than KFC's 11 ingredient sauce. And when you participate, it increases the level of execution and integrity that you're creating within yourself. I'm not making it up. I'm just telling you what I've seen. Again, thank you guys for participating, being on board. I'm going to stay on and I'm going to look through the questions. You guys don't have to stay on, and I'll keep recording for those of you guys that are watching this recorded. Cool. Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone. Love you.
Love ya. So I'll wait for some logging off to happen, and then I'm
Thank you.
Ooh, okay, great question, Julia. How do we get the groups? I'm gonna put it on an Excel. I love Excel. I'm gonna put it on Excel, and I'll create groups from that. If people are in groups, I'm gonna be told that. I'm like, well, I'm already in group such and such. It's like, got it. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Let's start going through questions. I add collagen to my meal replacements. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes, you can add collagen on, and the groups, we got that. Plant or whey-based products. Karen was, let's see here. Garden of Life, good product. I've used Garden of Life myself, asking about the multivitamin. I can tell you that my clients that I put on the Excel that use Garden of Life still their results are higher in .fit. There's a reason I'm suggesting .fit is because I've seen the best results with it. Garden of Life is a great company, great product. Kirsten, we're going to talk about the weekend. Not right now. I like this, how you guys are coaching each other. That's what this is. Yeah, if you guys want to watch me read, stay on. If not, you can do whatever. Meeting's over. That goes to that one. Okay, prizes will be out by the end of the week. We're going to earn points based on participation. Is she still in here? I'm looking. No, you logged off. Okay, prizes instead of per weight loss. What I've experienced is, I can win X amount of dollars, or I can win a movie ticket. Movies are closed. I can win whatever. So I'm going to unhealthily lose a lot of weight, so the scale changes. So I'm going to give coupons for participation, and then we'll raffle. However that's going to look. Pizza weekends. I love pizza weekends. All right, some of this is just humorous. As I'm reading through the questions, some of them have no bearing on any questions whatsoever. Somebody loves chocolate. I love chocolate too.
I'm going to share something.
There we go. Hallelujah. The people in the gym just freaked out.
We didn't have the meal plan yet, so my husband took it upon himself to get pizza tonight for a last supper.
Okay, got it. Track it so you can identify what's going on.
I told him, I was like, better savor this because you are not having it for another 8 weeks.
You have to like recreate the Last Supper image, but with the pizza.
Yeah.
That is funny. Okay, so I've got those, and then I'm going to stay on to answer Noah's question. Let's see, what do we have? When do we need to post? Posting the before and after pictures, those are for you. Those are truly for you, and if you want to share them, you can share them. But it's before and after, and the measurements are 100% for you. It's really cool to see the benefits from that. Noah, you want to get yoked? I get it. So, do you have anything to write with so you can get my cell number? Because like I'm going to get it. So we're going to get him yoked, whatever yoked looks like. That's a real term. I learned that in school. That's a real word. Little girl that just scratched her face. Are we going to work out this week? Rachel. You going to join me Thursday or Friday?
Yep. I sent you a text.
Okay. It's been what? It's been like 18 years since we've trained together. Yes. All right, Noah, my cell phone number, 813. That's Florida, 813. He's punching it into his phone. I like it. 813-956. Oh, I'm going to stop recording so not everybody gets it.